Okay, this is going to be a guide for Leon on Waterworld. Waterworld is debatably the hardest with Leon because there's a dual chainsaw, Dr. Salvador's, and they're a pain because Leon only has a shotgun to deal with, or to use to deal with them. I think I said that right. I don't know. I'm a bit messed right now. This is the spawn I want. You can see me trying to get the proper spawn for a run. In this video, the last video, and Village with Leon. Now you want to stick to this side really closely. Sometimes the dude with the dynamite will blow up, and that'll start a combo, but you don't really have to worry about that too much. Now, this is probably the most nerve-wracking part of this entire run. Especially if the dual chainsaw Salvador drops down, because he can come from 3 different ways at that point. He can either come up the stairs to my left, which he did this time. He can either jump up through the hole he fell down in, or he can come up the different staircase. Now, with Leon, that time was incredibly easy as opposed to the 30 million other times I've had to kill that guy. It is not fun. You have to hit him just right with a shotgun to get him stunned, and if he's not stunned, you're probably gonna die. But if you do happen to get that perfect luck, you'll be fine. Ideally, you want to hit him with the barrel. Right there, too. You want to hit those guys with the barrel, because they're going to be clumped up around them. Around it. My mistake. I'll try to talk about the Salvador a bit more, but for right now, I just want to talk about the run. Once he's dead, drop down the ladder, and then grab the time, grab whatever items you can. I suggest not going in there. You really don't have to worry about time too much on this map, so much as you have to surviving, because there's dual chainsaw Salvadors, rocket launcher guys, regular guys, and crossbow guys that aren't really in perfect positions for you to take them out quickly. There's also dynamite guys, but you don't really have to worry about them. And shield guys, but you know, you have a shotgun, so they're pitiful. There's plenty of items just lying around too, and I'm pretty sure health is rather abundant. Also, sometimes the RPG guy will just shoot for no reason. I'm pretty sure he's inside that building because that's where he spawns. The building the Salvador dropped down in. And he'll just shoot indiscriminately in there. I think it's because he's peering through the architecture and seeing you, so he lines up a shot and ends up hitting a wall. I tend to do that sometimes too, but you know, I like to think I'm smarter than that. So, there goes my combo, but it's no big deal. I'm almost halfway there, and I have 3 minutes, and then I can still pick up more time. But I think I explained this in the last video. No, wait, it was on Castle, my mistake. I try to make sure I have plenty of time to get 60,000, and I don't really try to get anything higher than that if I have time. And what I mean by that is I tend to play defensively once I get 60,000 points, even if I have like a minute and a half left, and I could easily get more. Because if you die, it totally invalidates your score and you have to do it all over again. But yeah. If you have the biggest balls ever, go for it. But me, right around this time, I'm not sure if it's a time trigger score or just an area trigger. But the second Salvador is coming up. I like to be right up here because I have a long sight line of them. And I think there's a barrel behind me. I'm not sure if that blew up though, or if it even exists. Now you can stun them from a bit away, but I wouldn't rely on it. Just try to get good at headshotting them up close. And also make sure you keep an eye on how much ammo you have loaded. I've screwed up many times because I thought I had a fully loaded shotgun, only find out I had 1 shell in it. So it'd just be boom, oh I have to reload, oh I'm dead. Now this area is pretty good if you avoid the staircase, because you'll be looking down the staircase and then be hit from behind by a guy who climbed up the ladder. This area just has a bunch of stuff in it. It's got time, 2 time actually, and then a bonus time, and then tons of items just strewn about. Just be careful of enemies because there's, I think, 4 different ways enemies can come from in there. Maybe 5. Probably more, actually. I don't know. I can't remember. Got really lucky there with that dynamite. That cleared things up. But yeah, there's plenty of items, plenty of time on this map. But also there's plenty of enemies and plenty of ways you can die in turn. Now the big tower you saw me spawn at, that's where the crossbow guys like to hang out. I try to avoid their sightline just because I hate getting shot by them. Many times I've had a combo ruined because I was stunned by them. Or because they were the only enemies I could find, and I was about halfway across the map. As you can see, I'm right up to 53,000. There we go. Or right up to 54, rather. But I'm gonna kind of just hang back. I can't remember if I go defensively or be a big boy and try to go higher than 60,000. For no apparent reason, I start using the pistol here. I have no idea why I started doing that. I think I still had ammo in my shotgun, but that doesn't matter. Again, this is just the run I use, but once you make a loop, I tend to hover around this area, because if I get caught, I can... Oh, I was out of ammo. Okay, fair enough. If I get caught, I can run in 4 different directions and be fine. And I try my hand at sniping these guys. It doesn't work, so try sniping that guy. It doesn't work. And I think I got hit from behind here. No, I think I was planning on that happening, so I kind of backed off a bit. Yeah, the one downside of this area is the crossbow guys can easily hit you because you have no cover. But it's great if it's just a Salvador or a regular guy coming after you, because they have to run a fairly long way and you can just pepper them with a pistol. I keep saying that. But yeah, if the crossbow guys are aligned with the sun, you're pissing a shot glass at that point. It's not gonna go so well, because you can't see where you're aiming. You have to kind of gauge it. It doesn't go too well. Now, if the prompt comes up to kick a guy or do anything to someone, go for it, because it's invincibility frames, and you can focus on a different enemy at that point too. I can't really think of a time off the top of my head where it's failed, or where it's actually been bad to do it. It's always been beneficial, so I don't know. For me, at least. As you can see, I'm being very reserved about enemy engagement. And I think at this point I get hit by a rocket launcher or something. And if you look right on the platform there's another time vial. And there's one inside the building too, I believe. But like I said, I'm playing defensively, so I'm just gonna let the time go. 30 seconds is more than enough time to get like 1,000 points. I think I've explained everything I wanted to. So, again, keeping the combo up, trying to play a bit defensively is just how I do it. Once I get to maybe 50,000 or so, try to play a bit more reserved. Maybe 55,000 actually. So yeah, 190 points over, but I could have done way more. But yeah.